Hi, this is Matthew Trigali with Better Who, and in this video, we're going to go over the 7 most common mistakes when hiring a remote team member. So let's jump right in. The first most common mistake is thinking they can do too little, right? And so there's this common mindset out there that, oh, the only thing a remote team member, or even worse, we call them a virtual assistant, the only thing they can do for me is follow basic checklists and do basic administrative tasks. And maybe I'm okay with them talking to tenants, but definitely not talking to clients. And that is all limited belief mindset. The reality is that the United States has not cornered the market on human resources. There are very talented, very experienced, well-educated, great accents, remote team members out there that are ready to work for your business and do basically anything that you need done. So don't make that mistake thinking they can do too little. The second most common mistake is thinking they can do too much, right? So do be thoughtful. Like a classic example of this might be hiring somebody to be a bookkeeper. And the advice I always give is say, that's great. This is actually a very common position we place, but remember, they're a bookkeeper. They're not your CFO. So don't think they're going to be making those executive level CFO type decisions. You want them to be able to do all of the work related to bookkeeping, but not CFO type material. So don't think they can do too much. Or another example is just thinking they can do too much too soon. So maybe they can do a lot for your business, but if you want them doing a lot of different things, just be aware that that's going to be a longer training and onboarding. So if you want somebody that'll be a great process director or even an operations director of your entire operations, remote team members can do that. I've had remote team members do that for my property management companies, but that takes a good 6+ months of careful onboarding and training to get them to that place where you can really take the training wheels off and let them go. All right. So the third most common mistake is don't have a poor job description when you are hiring a remote team member. So this is one of the things that we do here at Better Who for our clients is we learn from our clients exactly what makes them tick, what their company culture is like, what their pain points are, and we take that on and write the job description for you. For anybody that's going to do this on a DIY basis, be really thoughtful and intentional. Cover the full 4 R's of everything you need to cover in a good job description. Give that remote team member the full insight of what it's going to be like to accept this job. The fourth is poor vetting. And this is one of the most common mistakes we see for property management companies that go to a platform where they're going to DIY the process and hire their own virtual assistant directly, is they don't do thorough vetting. The reality is that in the 2,000+ applications that we get each month from remote team member applicants, less than 2%, close to 1% make it through our vetting process. So we have a very, very thorough vetting process with all sorts of tests and interviews and samples of writing and video and so on and so forth. And so the reality is it takes about 50 to 100 applications that you need to go through a full process with before you select and narrow down to that one right person. So again, that's what we do here at Better Who. We shortcut the entire vetting process for our clients so we can send the most qualified and fully vetted candidates over to our clients. If you're going to DIY it, make sure you plan on looking through 50 to 100 fully vetted applications before you make that decision. The fifth most common mistake is don't take the first remote team member that comes your way. This is very common where maybe you already have a remote team member that works for you and you're looking to hire another one. And that person says, oh, no problem. My friend or my sister, they're looking for a job and they can do this. And I always stop and think, of all of the people in the entire world, what are the chances that that one person that happens to be your referral and a recommendation is the perfect and just right candidate for what I need at this time? Statistically speaking, that's highly, highly unlikely. So be very cautious if that's the route you're going to go. Don't take the first remote team that comes your way. Again, back to the thorough vetting, you really need to plan on going through about 50 to 100 full process of applications before you pick the right one. Okay, the sixth most common mistake is don't offer the wrong wages. This actually can both work by offering too little or too much. So Again, this is one of the things that we do for our clients is we have a full understanding of different countries, different localities, different municipalities, and also the different jobs that are going to be happening in those locations. And so we have a really deep understanding of exactly what to expect in the wages. But if you're going to be doing this on your own as a DIY, you're going to have to do a lot of investigation. You're really going to need to take the time to understand what's happening in that country. Are they in a rural or a more urban environment? Because that will impact. What are typical wages look like for that type of position? What other expectations are they going to have around those wages? So you're going to want to take the time to really think through all of those components. If you offer them too little, then maybe they'll take the job, but they'll keep looking, or maybe you'll create just a bad start to the situation. But honestly, the more common mistake we see is offering too much. So there are platforms out there where you can see candidates on there, and quite frankly, a lot of those candidates are $8 to $10 to $12 per hour. The reality is that same level of talent exists for more like $5 to $6 to $7 per hour. So be really careful when these people are just putting themselves out there on a platform where those wages just kind of go up on a platform and look too high. Again, we have the expertise to understand what that right pricing is. So if you start too high, you lose a lot of the benefit of like, why am I doing this in the first place? Okay. And then the seventh most common mistake is don't have a poor onboarding experience. So this is one of the reasons at BetterWho that we make training a standard part of every onboarding that we do. We want to make sure we deliver that base foundation for the remote team member to be set up for success. And then even once they get that base foundation of training, you're going to want to give them just a good positive onboarding experience in terms of all the things they need to get set up and introduced to the team, and understanding the company core values, and understanding the unique aspects of your own processes. So, depending on the position, onboarding is a 1 to 3 month process to get them fully onboarded and acclimated to the role for which they'll be performing. So make sure you have that kind of planned out. Again, this is one of the things that we help with our clients, is making sure we have that good onboarding. So we actually do a 30, 60, 90-day check-in with all of our clients, as well as the remote team members, to make sure they're having that great, successful onboarding experience. So again, the 7 most common mistakes are: don't think they can do too little, don't think they can do too much, don't have a poor job description, make sure to have very thorough vetting, plan on looking at 50 to 100 applications. Number 5, don't take the first remote tier that comes your way. Number 6, don't offer the wrong wages. Don't offer too little, don't offer too much. And number 7, don't have poor onboarding. Have a great starting experience with your remote team member. Hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or want to reach out to us with anything, just click one of the contact buttons on our website, and we look forward to connecting with you. Thanks.